Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to the North Shore 9 podcast presented by FanDuel. This is the NS9 postgame show powered by Manny Brothers. I'm your host, Anthony DiNardo. With me, we have Dougie Fresh in our very first postgame show of the year. Pirates opening day versus the Mets. And Doug, Paul Skenes doesn't even last an inning. How you doing, my friend?
I'd like to take this opportunity to resign my position as co-host of North Shore 9. I do not have the emotional capacity, the emotional intelligence, the emotional growth to deal with this season. I was already up and down. And in the first 10 minutes of the game, I can't take this for 162 games. I'm out. But other than that, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing fine as well. You know, last night we had our over and under show, and I talked about Don Kelly ejections and how we'll have an official counter this year. I think we need ourselves a official Doug resignation counter, and we're already at 1.
Yeah,
I'm sure we'll be in double digits by May.
I won't be here Sunday. Forget about it. I'm out. I'm not going to be able to survive the Saturday Mitch Keller game. I already know how that one's going to go. So,
oh,
no,
buddy.
I mean, listen, at least we have a news story, right? They scored enough runs to win the game. Last year, that was not the case. I mean, they scored 7 runs. The new guys, 2 of the new guys looked really good. Paul Skenes didn't pitch well that first inning, but it's not his fault, right? He's got a 67.5 ERA, and if you want further proof that baseball scoring is ridiculous, okay, maybe the first one's not an error, but the second one, he didn't touch it, but it's right next to him. If Cruz makes the plays he's supposed to make, they get out of that inning tied at 2. Skenes could very possibly, settle down. We've seen pitchers have rough first innings. He settles down, and this is a whole different game. I feel like I'd be doing Tyler a disservice if we didn't call out Oneil Cruz today, right? And I'm sure you had every intention of and all the fan, but right, Tyler has been on this. You cannot put up with this all year long. It's one game. It's on the road. It's against a very good hitting lineup. There's. I don't want to be silly and overreact, but all of our fears were brought to life in this game. What if Paul Skenes isn't the best pitcher in baseball this year? What if the outfield defense is terrible? What if Isaac Matson's last year was a mirage? It was just every bad thing that could happen, in this game really happened. So we don't want to overact. They'll be back on Saturday. Obviously we can score some runs, and that's a good thing. Freddie Peralta's a good pitcher. The Mets are a good team. Let's choose to focus on the positives. Not that I mentioned any.
Yeah, well, I mean, we could choose. We could definitely focus on both sides on this game, because I do want to say this: there was certainly some negatives, as you pointed out here, and there were some positives also, as you pointed out some as well. But I mean, let's start. Paul Skenes. I mean, this is the thing. Paul Skenes he's a dog. He's been lights out, under a 2 ERA the past 2 years. He wins this Rookie of the Year, wins Cy Young. You just had the feeling he's going to come in here, the big stage, the big moment, national TV, and he was just going to shove and shut them down. And it's quite the opposite of what happened. He only lasts 0.2 innings. It's 2 outs today, Doug. Gives up 5 earned, air quotes, earned, as you alluded to with Cruz. We'll talk more, but 4 hits, 2 walks, just 1 strikeout. I mean, the command wasn't there. He had so many pitches in the first. Don Kelly pulls him out, rightfully so. But
his career ERA is now 2.10.
Oh no, he's over a 2. We're doomed.
2.10,
Doug. But like what you're saying here, also the positive in the sense is this game really wasn't out of hand totally. I mean, of course later, but like they lose 7-11 today. Had Oneil Cruz stepped up and played adequate enough defense, those are 2 balls that he should have certainly had. Both of them, like both are inexcusable. Paul Skenes probably gets out of that. He's still pitching. Yohan Ramirez pitched very effectively. Now, again, like a lot of people had faults, but to your point, like the offense showed up immediately in the first 2 batters. It was a 2-0 ball game thanks to a Brandon Lowe home run
and a Cruz single, which he just kind of poked out. He wasn't swinging for the fences, right? He just took the pitch. I was so encouraged by that. And then you get the Lowe home run, and you're like, okay, man, we're off. Let's go.
Right.
And then bottom of the first, but
yeah. So again, like Paul Skenes gets run support. It's a 2-0 ball game. And again, it's Paul Skenes. You expect him to go out there and shove, and he did quite the opposite. Comes out of the game. It's a 5-2 ball game. But the Pirates still, like the scoring didn't just completely stop. It was a little bit of frustrating moments here and there, but Brandon Lowe hits another home run. Ryan O'Hearn hits another home run. So like the new acquisitions showed up in a big way today. So again, we're thinking about positive. We're thinking about the offense. Like there was certainly some positives in there offensively. But then it was just weird. Like the pitching up and down really was just outside of Yohan Ramirez. He looked good.
Yeah. And Soto, right. The guys that we weren't that excited about. Yeah. The guys that we weren't that excited about looked fantastic. The guys that were all, I mean, Paul Skenes is the greatest pitcher in the world. He had a bad day. I can't imagine him coming back and just dominating in his next outing. This is not going to set well with him. But yeah, Ramirez comes in and does a great job. You think, all right, they're going to keep this. Jim, I know, had tweeted out at one point, he's like, I think the Pirates are still going to win this game. And I'm sure part of that is because Ramirez was, keeping them in the game. And and then it's Matson, it's Lawrence, Montgomery. They all give up runs. Again, guys that we're all feeling pretty good about, pretty excited about. And, you cannot, come on. You can't walk. What did they walk? 111 guys today. You
Close.
Just can't.
It was 10.
10.
But
okay.
almost 111.
Give or take. And you can't do that. You can't do that. Look, when you score 7 runs, you're supposed to win. And I feel very comfortable saying if the Pirates score 7 runs in every Paul Skenes start, we're going to be we're going to be very successful, at least in his starts, right? He will win 20 games if we score 7 runs in any of his starts. Right. He'll win 25. Right. So, hey, it's baseball. I'm going to go into that Brian Reynolds mode if we play one game at a time. But, all the cliches. It's one game, on the road against a good team. Shake it off, rest up tomorrow, and come back Saturday, and let's get with it. So, just a lot of ugly stuff, sloppy stuff. Brian Reynolds makes a bad throw, throw wide of home. Oneil Cruz can't cut 2 very catchable balls. It's all the fears, all the stuff.
Yohan Ramirez also a wild throw to first base.
Wild throw, yeah. Golly. All the stuff that Alex Stump brought up in his offbeat, about reasons why you might not win. It's the stuff that we've not been wanting to say out loud all spring with all the good vibes and everything. But that defense has been a concern, and boy, it kicked us in the teeth today. That outfield defense in particular. I still think this is going to be a good bullpen. One of those days, man. One of those days.
Well, I feel like let's certainly start like with the bad. We'll end it with the good. Because again, there were some positives here. But yeah, obviously we're not giving away any sandwiches today. The Pirates lose, so that's a bummer too. It's Paul Skenes opening. Like I felt like, damn, we're starting with a bang. It's a whole new season. 1-0, going to New York. Giving away sandwiches, have some fun. But no, I really do want to talk about Oneil Cruz here because, again, like last year was his first year at center. He's never played center field before that, other than the month when he officially got told, like, hey, by the way, get a new glove today. Oh, you don't have one, so borrow Michael A. Taylor's. You're going to be officially a center fielder now going forward. So, like last year, you can give excuses. Now, are they excuses? Certainly. Is there some validity to them? Yes, because he's never played the position. He's got to learn it more or less on the fly. But he has that behind him. He's worked with Kevin Kiermaier. He has a whole offseason. The very first day, Doug, the very first inning, he has those 2 blunders. Now, the one with the sun in his eye, if you want to say like there's one that you could excuse, that's one that you could excuse. It happens to people. That happened to him in spring training also. You can talk and debate the sunglasses, but I'll just say that's one you can excuse. The problem is it comes after one that you just can't. He misjudges the ball severely. He comes in on it. It's behind his head. He can't get to it. They're scoring runs right and left. And then immediately after that is when the sun situation comes into play.
It's back-to-back batters.
You can't have that happen after. Right. Twice in one inning.
Right.
Come on, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, again, a lot of this I want to put on the Pirates, right? But prior to him coming to the majors, we talked about him not being a shortstop. When are we going to move him to right field? When are we going to move him to center field? Right. And the Pirates didn't, and they stuck to their guns about playing him at shortstop. Well, to this point, he was a better shortstop than he is a center fielder. He just was, and he wasn't a good shortstop. But with shortstop, it was mainly the throws, right? He made it. I mean, well, no, because he would also botch the play right to him, but he would make the spectacular
but also
play
like, I mean, 6'7". Sometimes it's hard to get down. But you're right. I thought it was more the throws than the defense itself.
But yeah, he was. But I mean, he was definitely a better shortstop than he has been a center fielder. And right, last year was his first full season, and for a good part of the season, he didn't look like he wasn't putting the most focus into it. I don't want to say effort. I don't want to doubt his effort. I don't think he's a lazy player. It seems like he works hard, but he does have a focus problem. And oh man, I was so concerned after those first two that he wasn't going to catch anything the rest of the day. And he did have several chances after that, and he made the play.
How nervous were you every single time after that?
Oh my God.
I was. Every time it was in the air, every time you saw him, especially the sun, I'm like, oh, dear Lord.
I'm 107. I'm almost 108. I turned our post game, our tailgate in June is when I'll be turning 108. Well, the day before June 12th. And yeah, I think it took 4 years off my life. Those next couple, where you had to run some down in the gap a little bit. But look, it's unacceptable, right? It can't keep going on, especially when you've got Mangum and Garcia, waiting around. I've been having a discussion with a buddy of mine for a while now about if Cruz gets off to a good start, do you trade him and you bring Garcia up? Do you just want to get away from this whole Cruz experience? If you can get solid play from Garcia, and Mangum kind of whatever, splitting the third and fourth outfielder job or something to that effect. Cruz upside is, but man, we've been waiting for that for a long time. Hey, today I bet $10 on him to lead baseball in stolen bases. It pays $250. And man, he gets the little single. I'm like, oh, here he goes. It's we're gonna start. And then half an inning later, and I'm like, trade him, demote him, bench him, something. I mean, it's a lot, and they have to somehow. There has to be some accountability. He worked with Kiermaier, all this kind of stuff, and boom, in the first 2 innings on back-to-back batters, I think almost back-to-back pitches, we get this, game-losing impact. Right. And that's Paul Skenes. Like you don't want what should be a pop-up, or what or not, and 1 run scores because the bases are loaded. And then another pop-up and that you're out of it. It's tied at 2. And you're like, all right, Paul Skenes. I mean, again, I have so much faith in Paul Skenes, and you just think, oh man, that was it. Over the years, you've seen a lot of good pitchers where the first inning is their least effective inning. And then after that, if you don't get to them, you give them a chance to settle down, they're going to be trouble. And I thought that could have happened with Skenes today. And we didn't get a chance to find out because he was close to 40 pitches. And some of that's on Paul Skenes, right? He was going 3-2. He couldn't finish guys off. And that is unusual for him. I mean, this isn't all on Oneil Cruz. Like he might get, the bulk of the blame pie, but, had Skenes just struck somebody out or forced a grounder or something. So yeah, it's just the worst imaginable start of an inning of a season, especially, from the, oh my God, the new guy just did a 2-run homer, and we've got the lead, and Paul Skenes is going to win this game 2-1, but man.
Yeah. Obviously Paul's worst outing of his career. But you're right, man. Like it's unfortunate because Paul didn't do himself any justice, right? Paul was not that effective. He walked 2 batters. He hit a batter. I mean, that's not Paul Skenes-esque, right? That's not what Paul Skenes expects of himself. So he wasn't sharp today. He didn't look his best. But then, of course, yes, Oneil Cruz piles on top of that. He makes an out. Paul Skenes probably out of there much earlier. He's still in the game. Maybe he goes just 3. That's not ideal either. But like again, like we talked about, this team was still in it at that point in time. It was a 5-2 ball game when Paul left. It ended up being a 5-3 ball game, because Yohan Ramirez kept it in play. So yes, like again, we're talking about Oneil Cruz, those blunders. That was awful. You mentioned some of the other defensive issues that took place here, but like go to the pitching here as well. Again, Yohan Ramirez, outstanding job. Like kudos. to you. You did your job. You did everything you needed to do to keep this team in the ball game. Then comes in Mason Montgomery, and Mason Montgomery, I mean, all the talent in the world, electric stuff, right? His knack is he walks too many batters, and that's what happened today as well. 1.1 innings, he strikes out 2, however, walks 3, gives up 2 earned runs in that. The bullpen didn't do their job outside of Johan Ramirez, and you mentioned Gregory Soto.
Yeah. Ramirez is great, but you can't. I mean, a relief pitcher in particular, you can't. In an inning and a third, walk 3 guys. You're not that good. You're not good enough to get out of that stuff, right? That's when you walk 3 guys out, score runs. It doesn't take a big home run. It doesn't take a bases clearing double, right? Just a grounder to the third baseman can score the run. A little pop-up can score the run. So you just can't do it. And if you're going to do it, you need to be doing it in Indianapolis, right? It's like, again, everybody, is going to have bad outings here and there. And unfortunately, a lot of them showed up today. It happens.
Today, hopefully.
Yeah. I mean, let's just hope that, opening day jitters, it's in New York stage. It's on it's on Peacock, the most widely viewed television channel of all time. So you can understand, so, people are watching this around the globe and
right.
So
again, that was Montgomery. Matson comes in. He only goes 0.2, kind of the same thing. I mean, even Matson, he gives up 2 walks, 2 earned on 3 hits, just 1 strikeout. I mean, he was pumping that. It seemed like the same Matson from last year. I mean, he was pumping that fastball. Not a whole lot has changed in the sense of like the pitch mix, thoughts. I mean, he did throw a change up here and there, but it was just very heavy fastball. I mean, I think he had a 12 pitch at bat once against, I think it was Lindor, I believe, but he just wasn't effective today either. And this is the guy too, like he's pumping fastballs. He doesn't typically walk anyone. He certainly did today. Then Justin Lawrence comes in as well. He has filthy stuff. He didn't walk people, but he gave up home runs.
He gave up back-to-back home runs.
Yeah. So, and again, at that point, that's when it was like, all right, this game is pretty much out of hand. Send it in. It's just not happening today. And that's ultimately, again, of course, what did happen.
Yeah, that was how it turned out. Soto and Santana were fine. And we'll, that again, it's kind of with, no pressure. They weren't in tough situations or anything, but that looks like it might be the 8th and 9th inning situation there. So that was good to see. But yeah, it was, I was like, just more to the defense. Like if Triello's playing third and Connor Griffin's playing short, does he get that tag down? Nick Gonzalez didn't get the tag down.
I forgot about that. Also,
it just occurred to me
too.
Did
they not challenge that? I mean,
I know.
What's your viewpoint? That looked out like clear as day to me.
It was real close. I actually think he was safe. I certainly would have challenged. Right. Because I mean, again, it was, but it was, Nick Gonzalez and his little alligator arms, So yeah, I mean, I definitely would have challenged. I don't understand why you wouldn't challenge that there, but I don't know what he was saving it for.
Right.
Shades of Shelty.
But so I guess I'll say this. Is there anything else that you want to bring up as far as the negative stuff before we get to the positive here?
I think that, I mean, I think we kind of covered it, right?
I mean, we have a 30-minute show. We could probably go on for an hour.
Yeah. Well, I mean, right.
But to keep things in line, is there anything else?
I don't, right. It just, I've said this every year that we've done this. It almost always seems silly to be doing shows early in the season because, it's one game. What am I going to do? Come to me in June before you can start saying, this doesn't look like the right decision. Everybody else deserves another shot, even after as poorly as some of them performed today.
All right. Well, then let's get to the positive stuff. Before we do that, let's kick it on over to Cody for our sponsors.
This episode is brought to you by IQ Bar, our exclusive snack hydration sponsor. IQ Bar protein bars, IQ Mix hydration mixes, and IQ Joe mushroom coffees are the delicious, low-sugar, brain and body fuel you need to win your day. The Ultimate Sampler Pack is a great way for you to try all IQ Bar products and flavors. You get 9 IQ bars, 8 IQ mix sticks, and 4 IQ Joe sticks. All IQ Bar products are clean label certified and entirely free from gluten, dairy, soy, GMOs, and artificial ingredients. With over 20,000 5-star reviews and counting, more people than ever are fueling their lifestyles with IQ Bar's brain and body boosting bars, hydration mixes, and mushroom coffees. The Ultimate Sampler Pack includes all 3. My personal favorites so far have been the almond butter chip and the iced tea lemonade hydration mix. It's just really full of flavor. I love starting my day with it, and I couldn't imagine starting my day with anything else other than IQ Bar products. Right now, IQ Bar is offering our podcast listeners 20% off all IQ Bar products, including the Ultimate Sampler Pack, plus free shipping. To get your 20% off, text MLB to 64,000. That's MLB 64000. Message and data rates may apply. See terms for details.
So again, switching over to
one more kind of negative. It just stung me a little that their rookie from the 2024 draft had a home run and was walked twice, and ours is waiting to play in Indy. And it just makes it sting a little more. Like Connor Griffin's probably where he's supposed to be, and he will be here soon. But it just, watching their guy play and do the things that he did, and watching us do the things that we did, just rubs a little salt into the wound.
Gotcha. Well, understood. But to switch over to the positive stuff. So like we said, it was just odd. This team is built on pitching. The offense, we know, it was one of the worst offenses for the entire 2020s, up to this point. So if you are to tell you, coming into this game, the first inning, they would have within 2 batters, a home run, 2-0 ball game. And then Paul Skenes will leave in the first inning, giving up 5 earned runs. Like, who would believe that? Right. But again, like, that is part of the positive. Like, the offense kind of showed up. And again, it was some of the new acquisitions. Brandon Lowe hits a home run, second batter in. Then his second time up to plate, he hits another home run. So actually he's one of 7 Pirates players that have a multi-home run game. Dale Long, Richie Hebner, Willie Stargell, Andy Van Slyke, Xavier Nady, Garrett Jones, and now, of course, Brandon Lowe. So welcome to the club, Brandon Lowe. Also one of 3 players to make his debut and hit a multi-home run game for the Pirates. So again, like, Brandon Lowe showed up in a big way. And Doug, go ahead and take it from here. Tell us about, Jim and I and Tyler's over and under last night.
Yeah. Last night, I hope you guys catch it. If you didn't, go back and watch it. The guys did a great show. It was a lot of fun of the over and unders. And the first one that was brought up was over under home runs for Brandon Lowe, 24.5. And you guys were all, under, way under. It's going to be under. It's, oh my gosh. Yeah, it's under. There's, if he hits 20, it's still a good season. And he's now on pace for 324 home runs. So
how many?
I don't know. 324, I think. So
yeah, maybe you looked a little silly in that sense. It's just one game, but hey.
Maybe I missed part of the question. Maybe I was too busy watching Cody's IQ bar read, and the question was over under 24 home runs by the end of April. I'm not, maybe I got it wrong, but.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're a firm believer, if you think we're that wrong and you're a firm believer, right now on FanDuel, he's plus 20,000 to lead MLB in home runs. He's up there with like Mike Trout. He's up there right now. So if you want to put your money where your mouth is, 20,000.
He's leading all of baseball in home runs right now. So
maybe this is the year.
Yeah. Anyway, look, right. He didn't do like much in spring. Right. It didn't even seem like he played that much. Right. I don't know. It just, he wasn't one of the bigger stories. I mean, I wasn't worried about him. And it's still amazing to me that that first one barely makes it over. And then, then the next one is a pretty good shot. Yeah. It's just like, man, this guy.
Moon shots way up there.
Yeah. This guy, he's, I don't know, he's 5'4" and 160 pounds or something. And it just,
right.
Man, it is something. And so, I put out a, sort of tongue-in-cheek tweet earlier, like what I needed to see to feel good about this season. And it's like, I wanted 7 shutout innings from Skenes, home runs from Cruz, Lowe, Reynolds, O'Hearn, Ozuna, and Triolo and Davis, and 3 stolen bases by Cruz. So, but I got home runs from O'Hearn and Lowe, and
right.
I've been right. Like, we were worried about offense. We added 2 all-stars from last year, and they played like all-stars today. So that, again, as much as I don't want to be discouraged by Paul Skenes' outing, I don't want to go overboard on their outing, but again, last year, you and I think, did 87 of the post games together. I think we're on pace for about 85 together, this year.
Right.
Right. Yeah. Just, you and I alone did those many. And I mean, how many times did we say the Pirates pitched well enough to win? The starter pitched well enough to win, but we just couldn't score runs. Man, that wasn't the case today, right? They scored 7 runs. I mean, that is a huge positive, because we still think they're going to pitch well, right? I mean, it was a bad outing. Does anyone think Paul Skenes is not going to get out of the first inning in his next start? Do you think he,
No.
in any other start this year, he's not going to get out of the first inning? I mean, no. But I do feel good about Brandon Lowe, and I do feel good about Ryan O'Hearn, and Henry Davis with a double knocks in. Nick Gonzalez had 2 hits.
Yeah.
Reynolds,
and that's good to see from Nick Gonzalez, because I mean,
Yeah.
he's been one of the guys this year that's been poo-pooed on, and like, I don't want to say rightfully so, but
fairly,
he hasn't really excelled,
right?
Becoming a major leaguer. I mean, 2 years in a row now he's been a below average hitter. Defense wasn't there, so he's getting pushed down. So yeah, it was nice to see he came up pretty big today, offensively. So 2 hits for him, and that's one to go to as well. So obviously we know Brandon Lowe had 2 home runs. Ron O'Hearn had 2 home runs. We both had multi-hit games, right? They had 2 hits apeace, just 1 strikeout.
O'Hearn had just 1 home run, though, right?
O'Hearn had 1, yeah, 1 home run, but 2 hits.
2 hits, right?
So yeah, like, it was nice seeing them both come alive. Oneil Cruz had a hit. Of course, he did have the 3 strikeouts and the blunders, so it wasn't a good day for him at all. Brian Reynolds had a hit. Triolo did have a hit late in the game, the double there that maybe disguised as a potential comeback there. He added to make it. It was 5-11, right? He helped make it 7-11. And then, yeah, you mentioned Nick Gonzalez, and Henry Davis had a hit as well. So yeah, 10 hits today, 7 RBI, 10 strikeouts, no walks. And that's what's funny. The Pirates were giving up walks right and left. They didn't have any walks. So nothing great there. But yeah, again, 7 runs. If the Pirates offense shows up like this all year long, I'm feeling very good about this team, because I don't think the pitching is going to look like this. Of course, on the other hand,
I agree.
The offense probably is not going to look like this either. But
yeah, they're not going to score 7 runs a game. And
right,
there were some sort of gaps. There was a couple stretches there where guys, I mean, after the 2-run home run by Lowe, Peralta strikes out the next 3. There's going to be. It's hard to hit in today's baseball, but it sure looks like a team that can score 4 runs a game, and this pitching should be good enough to turn that into a lot of wins.
Right.
Yeah, it's I can't say I'm encouraged by today's results, but there are some encouraging things. Right. And really, there's more to be encouraged about, discouraged about, because again, I have full faith in Paul Skenes, the greatest pitcher in the world. Every once in a while, those gods would come down off Olympus and get up to some shenanigans. So I guess that was it today for Paul Skenes. But he'll return to godlike status. I mean, I wonder if he starts like a day earlier. Does he move up or? I mean, probably not, but I mean,
it's funny as I thought the same thing. I was like, hey, maybe he can start for the home opener now.
Yeah, right. But if nothing else, he'll start against. He'll get a start in against Cincinnati, and I like his chances. I like our chances anytime he pitches, and I feel very confident about that.
Right.
And if he walks the leadoff hitter, then I'll curl into the fetal position, and we'll be fine.
There it is. Well, you'll just resign.
Yeah, I'll resign again.
Yeah, that's
one of these days you're going to take me seriously.
You're not leaving, Doug. You're the man of the people. You know why? Because on the positive half, you even had to bring up the negative. Like, you spun every positive into a negative. That's why the people love you. But it is what it is. The Pirates lost today. There was not too many pretty things, even though we tried to talk about the positives and make some spin on it. But again, yeah, there was offense. The pitching was lousy. We assume that the pitching will turn around, of course. So yeah, they're off tomorrow. They'll be back on Saturday. I think it's Tyler and Nate.
I think so.
On the post game on Saturday.
Yeah, poor Nate. I don't know. In the group chat, he was riding the emotional roller coaster.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He was done. he was done.
Yeah. That poor guy.
Season's over.
Someone should check
bamboozled.
On him. Right? Yeah. Someone should check on him.
Right. So, hey, I guess that wraps up our very first 2026 post-game show of the year, powered by Permane Brothers. We'll be back. There's at least 161 more of these for the year, at least. But after they play today, maybe not. So yeah, we'll be back. I'm sorry, Saturday. We're back Saturday for the post-game show. They are off tomorrow. So other than that, anything else you want to say, Doug?
Hey, North Shore 9, where Pirates fans gather for insight, fun, and a little therapy, with emphasis on a little therapy. Yeah. So
yeah.
Game one. We'll be fine. The worst part about opening day is that you don't play the next day, right? Like, you just really would like to play tomorrow and get this kind of taste out of the mouth. But here we are, Saturday, Mitch Keller versus, I don't know who's pitching for the Mets, but
I could look it up real quick.
I think I can too.
It is Peterson.
Yeah, right. Winnable game.
There it is.
I mean, look, that Mets lineup is, that is something. But
that's it. Yeah. So we appreciate you all. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you haven't already. I don't know why you haven't. Doug's here.
Yeah.
Doug's
here.
Come
on.
Like
I'm
and
subscribe worthy.
Video. And follow us along. A lot of fun stuff happening this year. So we love you all. We'll see you guys later on Saturday. Bye-bye.
All right, that wraps up this episode of North Shore 9. Thanks so much for tuning in. Whether you're listening on the podcast or catching us on YouTube, if you enjoyed the show, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps us grow. And if you're listening on the podcast, a quick review goes a long way in helping others find the show. Plus, be sure to tell a friend about us. There's always room for more here in the NS9 community. And for those looking to support us a little more, consider joining our Patreon, become an MVP member, and get exclusive perks while helping us continue to bring you more of the Pirates content you love. Thanks again for all your support, and let's go Bucks.